Okay guys, welcome to part 3 of the coffee app. And what we are doing here is so far so good that we have displayed our coffees, and now it's time to get right on to the task of clicking on this and opening the detail fragment. So we'll just go into coffee adapter and create an interface. If you remember, I have done the same thing in the repository where I want to pass some method, and what that's what we're gonna do. Get one coffee void clicked coffee int position, because we want to pass the position of adapter where the item that we are clicking on, and we want to pass whole list coffee model. And what we're gonna do here, we wanna click and we want to click on our recycler view items. So on the view holder we will implement. So even if you click on any of the view, coffee name or description, it should work. Okay, and I'll do this. What I have to do is we'll go up and depend this whole adapter constructor on the. Oh, I can't see my cursor. Where did it go? Okay, here it is. Okay, so let's just create a constructor and put this here. The problem is because in the main, like all coffee list, we are not using this, so that is why, but we'll fix it later. Let's just head here and come in here. Okay, yeah, this is the method clicked on coffee. It needs the adapter position, so that was the position, and it needs coffee model list. So there, this is where we passed. We'll come right here, and the reason the error that we are seeing is because this. So let's just write this and access the method that we have created. This is the method that we had created here in our adapter. So this is what we've got, and now what we'll do is take some things: coffee ID, coffee models, get position. So this helps us to identify on what we have clicked. Description, coffee model, get. Oh shit. Yeah, that's the problem of the spelling. Get description, string coffee name, coffee name, and now we need a price too, right? So price, because in the main fragment we weren't using any kind of price, so price is going there. And lastly, most importantly, we need an image. I have used Glide after like maybe 4 months, and it's amazing that it worked in first go. Otherwise this tutorial is long anyway. So yeah, so once this is done, now we'll come back to our navigation, because I told you that like we need like uh, to pass arguments, right? How do we send this to our detail fragment? Okay, and what I'll do is that this is the receiving fragment, and it's receiving once we click on an item. Once we click on this, This receives the ID of this receives, and this ID is unique because these IDs are different. Black tea's ID is different, right? So if we click on black tea, then it would only show us the detail of that. That is why I annotated this ID in my model. If I can show you once again, so we can identify one coffee with that. Smart, right? But not me. It's Android that is smart, and it's quite easy if you understand this concept. So yeah, so this is the receiving fragment that receives the information of the item that we have clicked on, but we are sending from here, so we will pass the arguments here. So first of all, we are passing a coffee name. It is going to be a string. We can put a value string null. Another thing that we are passing is what do you call that? Uh, Description. Another string null. And what else are we passing? We're passing image URL. Another string. Let's put a null there too. So this is not a null value. This is just like I'm making it hold the place. And we are passing the price, so we'll just put an integer and we'll just say 0. And one last thing, I guess we are, or I guess, oh yeah, we are passing the ID, most important thing. So now, okay, now what do we do? Now here in Java generated, if we every time we want to pass an argument, do not just go and access it. You have to rebuild the project in order to in order for the navigation component to create a method that will help us access these values. So you will see after the project building the project is finished, you will see here another folder might appear, and that will be like in the generated one. It's taking a little bit of a time. Let's just wait. Okay, yeah. So I guess we didn't see these files. Or let me just see and go to and get all coffee list fragment, and yeah, you see this direction. Okay, this didn't create the method. I guess I was wrong. It's the other way around. Okay, maybe let's try the receiving one. So just go and get these arguments. And put it under the action of this. Let's try to rebuild our project. So the uh, receiving fragment is going to get the arguments that we are sending from the sending fragment. I know this is kind of like a little bit complicated, because why not, we are sending the values from all coffees fragments, so why not that like it should have the values in there, but it is this way. Let me just make sure that it's working this time. Okay, all coffee list direction. Okay, yeah. So this is the capital, like this is the action that, okay, from all coffee list fragment you're going to the detail fragment. You can name it action all coffee list direction dot, and now there are two actions: action all coffee list fragment to detail and to cart, but we are not going to cart, right? If you remember, we are going only to detail. So now what I'm gonna do is one thing that I had missed, and I'm not sure, for some reason this is otherwise in my old Android Studio, once we rebuild the project we see this method. So this method is, I guess, maybe, yeah, it is some, it is like, it's in the background. Android Studio creates this method. So we'll just get navigation controller, nav controller, and nav controller view. Navigation, find view, find nav controller is view. Okay, so now nav controller is equal to navigate and action. We don't need to put our ID and the layout that the fragment that where we're going. We just have to put this because this action knows that we have to go to the detail fragment. So now what is happening is action dot set. You see, we had the receiving fragment needs this argument. So set coffee name is going to be coffee name. Action dot set description is going to be description. Action dot set image URL is going to be image URL. Action dot set price is going to be price. And we are missing one more. Oh, we are action dot set ID. It's going to be coffee ID. Okay. Okay, so let's just how do I do this? Okay, so now let's just go to the another activity before I test it. Even though you want to test it, if it clicks and open another fragment, it's up to you, but I'll just go right away to the detail fragment, and here I'll just kind of reset it first because we don't need a lot of this stuff. Okay, let's just move this. Okay, everything is fine in here. Okay, and we need nav controller int quantity. Here is the real work or real struggle is going to start. Before it was just peanut butter. Now it's like a real hard food, Okay, we need buttons. Button, add, subtract, and we need the order button too for the cart, right? Because remember, we are coming into the detail fragment, and we need the views, text view, coffee name, and we need what else have we got? We have description, and we have an image view. Why do I keep on spelling image view wrong? Okay, and we need text is coffee ID, coffee name, coffee description, and int price is going to be 0, so we can update it later. I think these are the most views that we need, and if we need more then we can take a look at that too. So first of all, let's just do the view casting. Okay, I'll just pause the video. I'll just pause the recording and do the view casting first. Well, I have done most of the view casting. So this is for the image view, this is for the coffee name, and this is for the quantity view when we it's like a counter that in the middle that we have given in the detail here. If yeah, this counter. So these view I have tried to cast, and if something is that we are missing, then we will look into it. I have also created a Firebase instance, Firestore instance actually, nav controller and the order button. So now how do we receive the values, that the arguments that were given to us from the all fragment once we click on it? So what we do here is simply I have given this variables like a global scope, so we can access it from anywhere, and we'll say coffee name is going to be coffee detail arguments from bundle get arguments get coffee name, and just gonna paste it maybe coffee id get coffee id get id. And what else have we got image. I didn't give this an image URL here, so let's get an image URL too. Image URL get image URL, and coffee description is going to be get description. And lastly, the goal, the ID, no, the ID is done. What else have we got? The price, yeah, the main thing. Price is going to be get price. Okay, so there is everything is colored except this, and I think it's time that we run our app, and let's just get a glide first of all. Glide view get context load image URL into image view for the image, and coffee name is going to be set text, and let's get name plus, let's just add a little bit of space. Okay, price that I might have to convert just for the sake of displaying it, and description view is going to be set to coffee description. And what else have we got? I guess image is done, name is done. Okay, let's try to run our app and see what happens. So yeah, the only thing to learn in this tutorial is about how do I manage the cart. Other than that, it's like a cakewalk for those who are been watching my channel for a while, because I have done this like a lot. Bubble tea, let's click on bubble tea, perfect, lovely. Black tea, black tea, see this, classic tea, lovely, I love it. Looks even better than I had thought. I have surprised myself, guys. So now let's work on the functionality, and let's see if we can do this in this one. Got 10 minutes, but I won't be able to finish that. But anyways, yeah, let's just work on the functionality. So now we want to order, right? And let's display a text view here. So once we once we how do I say this, once we like increment the order, it shows us the price, and once we decrement the order, it shows us the price. So I'll quickly head over to my detail fragment, and uh, above button, I guess maybe I will add a text view and name it as order info. How do I say this? Mm, Order info, and text is going to be total is, and let's just get this, and below id order info, and let's just give it a margin top 20, and let's cut this margin to 20, I guess 10, maybe that's better. Yeah, not so much into design, guys, because it just design annoys me. Let's give black color too. Let's give it a little bit of a better size. Okay, yeah. So here we will try to display, like as we increment and everything. And I will quickly head over to the, no, this is not what we need. Let's just close this all for a while. Let's just go to detail, and like, yeah, text view, we needed order info. Okay, so what have we got here? I think let's do that in the next part. So guys, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, just text me on Instagram or like email me. Yeah, but don't call me. I remember somebody called me like I was sleeping 3 a.m. So yeah, okay, see you.